Shokuho is Bannerlord after watching too much Samurai Champloo and deciding to overthrow the shogunate. It's sharp, stylish, and only mildly responsible for my 3 a.m. war crimes. Hello everyone, Kai Reviews here. Today I'm looking at the mod Shokuho, assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. Now, I'm going to assume you're familiar with Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. If you aren't, well, just know this is a complete overhaul mod that changes the time, setting of the game to feudal Japan in the 16th century. Alright. Shokuho sticks close to Bannerlord's core DNA, and that's a smart move. You still recruit troops, trade, fight, scheme, and swing wildly at fleeing bandits with the sword while yelling at your horse to go faster. The twist? Now you're doing all of this in 16th century Japan. Units are carefully rebalanced to reflect samurai-era warfare. Spear walls are actually useful, and muskets finally give you a reason to respect that one peasant with a gun. Naval battles make a surprise appearance here, and while they're not Ubisoft level polished, they're a great addition. Think Waterworld with samurai, but with way more guns. And if you don't know what Waterworld is, well, don't worry. The movie is old, so I don't blame you. Now, sieges here are different. Trebuchets, gone. Catapults, history. Ha, get it? These are replaced with stuff in Japan, I would assume, actually used back then. You still got the ram and crappy ladders, but even the siege towers aren't here anymore. This, on top of the battle gates having layers on layers on layers, gives fighting over castles and town that much more depth. No longer can you just break down the walls and charge in. I mean, you probably can, but breaking the walls would take, I don't know, years in game time. You would long run out of food, even if you had your whole inventory dedicated to rice. I see it as an extra challenge. Trying to take over a castle of 2,000 rebels with an army of only 1,200, you know what they say, divide and conquer. Just like the OG Bannerlord, there is no scripted campaign, but the setting does the heavy lifting. You're plopped into 1568 Japan just as Oda Nobunaga begins his climb to power. You don't have to follow history, you can totally unite Japan under a tofu merchant with anger issues, but the factions, the characters, and war climate all feel like they leapt out of a dusty old scroll. There's enough intrigue and flavor to make you want to roleplay, whether you're a Ronin with a tragic backstory or just someone who yells "Nani" in every dialogue screen. The game encourages it, though let's be real, one is much more nerd behavior than the other, and I do both, so let's talk about visuals. Absolutely stunning. The mod feels like, well, misty forests, burning castles, bloodied katanas, and rice paddies under golden sunsets. It's atmospheric, it's dramatic, and it's somehow still Bannerlord under the hood. The custom armor and weapons look fantastic, and the UI tweaks fit the aesthetic beautifully. Some helmets are so cool, they make you question your loyalty mid-battle just to wear them. However, certain things such as facial features are something else. I mean, Bannerlord has some questionable faces as is, but this mod is on another level. Like, NPCs are just kinda ugly. The armor and the looks are nice, but strip them down to their base models and I don't know. It just makes me feel like keeping base models for faces would have been fine. The mod features custom music and sound tweaks that enhance the immersion. Traditional Japanese instruments underscore tense moments. Muskets have a satisfying boom, and sword clashes sound weightier. Villagers' shouts and battle cries are in Japanese, which makes raiding feel slightly rude, but very immersive. Sadly, no one yells "baka" in combat. Missed opportunity, mod team. Here's the rice grain in the onigiri. Load times are long. Like, I'll make a sandwich long. The huge map and countless assets take a toll. Some users may experience longer startup sequences, and heavier battles might just see frames drop unless you're running a beefy PC. That said, stability is shockingly good for a mod of this size. No major crashes, and it integrates well with other minor mods. Though some just cause issues, or maybe it's just bugs. So I, like any normal Bannerlord player, got the mod for unlimited workshops. Well, in this mod, all workshops are custom. Some auto-generate an income, but others, like say a gunsmith, does not. However, if you set it to deliver everything to your warehouse, you can become the Elon Musk of ancient Japan very quickly. I don't know if the base mod here is bugged or if the unlimited mod kind of breaks it. I really don't know, but it is annoying. Then I get a random crash when promoting units after leaving the game and running for like 12 hours, but like, I mean, that's understandable. Sometimes lords, both enemy and friendly, just break, like mentally. They'll lose all sense of purpose and just stand there forever, staring into the void. Or worse, get stuck in the ocean like they suddenly forgot boats exist. It's frustrating. Back in my first save, I was just a humble soldier serving under a lord. One day, his army completely bugged out. Few hundred starving troops slowly got wounded into early graves. And then we got ambushed by a massive enemy force. Just the two of us survived. Just kidding, we got completely wrecked and I started over. And it doesn't stop there. One of my parties has been trying to disband for 8 in-game years. They've been chilling in the middle of the ocean, eternally confused. At this point, I think they found Atlantis. But hey, that's the Bannerlord overhaul mod experience. You don't play it for stability, you play it to test your emotional endurance. On a real note though, I did have to quit playing the mod as I did reach a point that it just crashed every 30 seconds. Like, I would be able to get in and play for 20 seconds and then save, play for 10 more seconds, crash, and then load back up and do it all over again. So my game was progressing, just unrealistically slow, and I got bored. Cause, you know, I like to play the game and not watch loading screens. Like vanilla Bannerlord, Shokuho offers a near endless replay. Try uniting Japan as the Tokugawa, or flip the table and become a peasant of a revolutionary leader. The mod even lets you promote soldiers to companions, which adds progression layers. Though they did seem to leave the game when they got lost and got captured. They just like left my clan and disappeared. And to be completely fair, that is just the distinguished service mod, so I mean that is pretty fun. It's a free mod with dozens, if not hundreds of hours of content. The amount of work here surpasses the paid expansions for the first Mountain Blade. If you like Bannerlord even a little, you'll get plenty of value here. Honestly, they could have charged for it, but bless the modding community for not doing so. Also, I mean, maybe legal issues. While it borrows from historical settings like, you know, Japan, Total War, Shogun 2, and even the Mountain Blade 1 mod, Shokuho stands out with its faithful conversion and tasteful innovations. The fire mechanics, multi-stage sieges, and custom political systems feel fresh, even if also a little lacking. The verticality in siege maps and the emphasis on social promotion, from Ashigaru to Samurai, adds realism and novelty. Also, naval battles in Bannerlord before Tale Worlds added them. Bold move, mod team. Bold and brilliant. Enemies don't play around. Samurai cavalry will mow you down. Muskets make you rethink open field charges. And if you're used to hiding behind a shield wall, surprise, katanas go through those like sushi knives through tuna. It's a fair challenge though, punishing but rewarding. As they say in Japan, fall 7 times, get up 8, but wear a helmet this time. Though the AI is, they ignore you, the player, sometimes, which directly aids to their total and complete destruction. Sometimes they are so focused on my small troops of katana warriors, I am able to ride up right behind them and cut down 5 to 50 of them in just a few swings. The cut through mod is in absolute glorious fashion here. Currently, this is single player experience only. No Sengoku showdowns with friends, just just yet, but if the devs ever do add co-op or online campaigns, we're in for a real Shogun and chill situation. Though, to be clear, I don't think they've announced anything like that. This mod doesn't reinvent Bannerlord, and that's exactly why it works. It respects the original formula while expertly layering a fresh, flavorful setting on top. Think of it as Bannerlord in samurai armor. The same bones, shinier sword, much cooler flag, and way more anime sounds. Though that's probably just in your head. The Mountain Blade 1 mod for Warband, Gekko Gujo, or something like that, paved the way for this one. This is the spiritual successor and easily outclasses it in scope and polish. Total War Shogun 2 has the better grand strategy, but Shokuho wins when it comes to boots on the ground action because, of course it does. Apart from those, I don't know of anything else I can really compare this mod to. I mean, you always have other Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord mods. It is an overhaul mod, so you do have things like Eagle Rising or the Old Realms or Realm of Thrones, Eastern Europe. There are a few decent ones, but if you are looking for something in Japan, this is it. Though I will probably play through some of those other mods, cause I do love this game a lot. I give this mod an 8 out of 10. If you like Bannerlord and Feudal Japan, this mod will make you very, very happy. Shokuho is a phenomenal mod with rich historical depth, solid gameplay, and tons of style. It stays true to Bannerlord's strengths while expanding on them with clever systems and gorgeous visuals. The only major drawback is the longer load times, which can pull you out of the experience at times. The longest load I had was around 15 minutes for my first big battle. Not even kidding, like 15 minutes from the time I hit attack to the time I'm able to move my character. It was only once, but I remember sitting there bored, wondering if my game crashed while consuming brain rot videos on my phone. Still, when a free mod makes you feel like a warlord in Feudal Japan, you know that's a win. Alright, that's all I got today. Thank you guys for watching. Like if you like Bannerlord or video games in general, and YouTube thinks you will like one of these videos on screen now. Don't blame me, blame the algorithm. I will see you down the path, gamers.